Okay, it's February 10th, it's a Sunday, and thank goodness this is the last day of the 5-day Mellingers Mardi Gras event. It was highlighted last night, but tonight, this night, we had just a dinner for their friends and family, a small, smaller group already. But I was freaking tired last night. I did edited the video that I took for the preparation for the party at their farm in Jupiter, and I edited with the music of Jake Shimabukuro. Thank you, Jake, and did that. And it took me a while, so I was able to sleep at 2 o'clock because I have to post it on YouTube with my journal. And then I woke up at supposedly 6:30. Then I took the alarm like 6:45 at least because I'm really tired. So I took a shower when I woke up to wake me up again, and then I just prepared myself. And I what did I? Oh, not really 6:45, but so almost like, sorry, it's 7:30 because I have to. Wait a minute. It's not that early. I'm sorry, it's not that early because we just have to do the strike at the farm, and Adesh will pick me up here to get the van because I cannot drive the big van, which we have to drive there. So I know he has to arrive at 9:30. So I woke up at 8 o'clock and I set the alarm at 8:30 again to wake me up. Then 8:30, and that's the time I took a shower and prepared myself. It just I had hot tea, and then he arrived. Was I asked him where he is? So he arrived like 9:30, and then we drove. So he parked his car in the house, and he drove the van up to Indian Town, and we had a good chat. And then while driving, because he was born in Trinidad and Tobago. He was born and raised there, but he originally is from Western India. And then we discussed about the hottest, because habanero is the hottest, and there's another one called ghost pepper. He can tolerate that spicy hot there. And he said it's the oil glands itself, and you touch your eyes and somewhere across your body, it really burns. So a good thing, and I didn't want to see those. Anyway, we went there. The right timing that Dan was driving behind us from the when we turned right to 131st Trail North, because he just brought Josh to Mellinger's house to clean the house then. So when we were there, we started to pick up, to do dismantling the stuff there. And then Robert came. No, before Robert came, Wes, who's the one of the staff for of Mellingers, he drove the truck last night for the parade. Um, Came, and we didn't know he has a partner named Steve, and gets a dog and everything, and introduced us, and we just stored there. And guess what? The thing is, it was really a sad day for me. And most of us really complained and pissed off because we were upset because there's so many food that we couldn't. There's no place to store them in the refrigerator. So all the foods in the pots were all spoiled already and stinky there in the kitchen area. So we were up, we were so like upset. Anyway, so that's how it is. And we dismantled them, and then Robert came for our lunch, and then we put all the stuff that has to bring to the Mellinger's house. So all the food that was still okay, and with the cooler, we brought them there to their house. And then I came back with Robert, going back to the farm to get some of the stuff, like Mr. Charlie, who's asked requested for the beers and the sodas, and Miss Mellinger wants her uh, grape tomatoes to bring there in the house. So Andy arrived then, and we left, and Sebastian came as well, and they helped us to do the strike of everything. So at that point, we placed our stuff for our own because there's some leftovers that we have to, instead of throwing them, instead of giving them for sure, we took some of the items to be for us then. And so what happened was we took the minivan now, and Robert drove me back to, of course, Mellinger's place, and he dropped me off there. Then he drove Steve back to the farm for us to check which one to throw, which one to save. Oh, by the way, I saw a nice purple parasol display there, which I didn't notice last night, and was so cool because I love purple, and I asked them to take one of for me. So I have a picture with a parasol. It's just made out of Japanese paper, a soft paper. And then when he dropped me off there, Josh was there cleaning some stuff, and so I helped him out until Steve came back with Sebastian because it was Sebastian's car. The van was there, and they used a truck. So Robert used this truck now to go home, but he dropped off first again to bring the coolers while I went to Publix to buy some more stuff like rice and paper plates. And then surprisingly, my dear friend Peter called me up, and I shared to him some story what happened to me during the Mardi Gras days, and because Keegan and Rick, who were my castmates for the play, were there too. And so when I went back to the Menninger's place after our little chat, we started the service. So Sebastian, we prepared the table and everything, and instead of 16 guests that came, there were 26 already. We had a nice dinner, very simple. And after that, we ate also some of the leftover food. But Steve cooked some others to reheat them and everything. It was a very simple one. And of course, Ms. Menninger enjoyed the dinner, enjoyed the whole thing. And then we cleaned up stuff. We make sure that everything was back for the rentals. We replaced our stuff back to the car, and then we cleaned the kitchen thoroughly, so make sure it was back to normal. So we left there like almost like 10 o'clock, and then I drove the car, of course, because Steve was really really tired. And then I told Josh that I'll bring Steve home first before I bring him home. So during the time we're traveling, we were analyzing like for the next event after 2 years, we really requested for a kitchen to be prepared for chef, that he instead of cooking, instead of him for Chef Rene to cook in the house, because everybody's bothering him, disturbing him with this gas, like, oh chef, can we help, can I help? Like, we don't have to, because we already some stuff to help him. He'd rather do it in the kitchen, in the big tent in the farm, with as long as there's the 3 coolers already to for the food not to spoil, and since there's a gas range already there, so nobody will bother him there. And that's one thing. And I said, like, I wish they'd be more concerned about the staff, because they just they don't even offer us out food to eat or anything, which we have to prepare the food. So I don't know, hopefully it will happen. And then I brought Steve home, I brought Josh home, and I put gas, and I called up Dan at the time while getting gas. And I said, if you have some receipts, I want to take them for to add it for the list for Mellingers. So I went to his place first, and we watched the Grammys. So I'm not really fan of the Grammys, but there's some nice entertainment there. Of course, Record of the Year, I like it because Fun made it. And then Album of the Year was from the can't remember the one for oh, I can't remember. It's a country group. Anyway, so I got back home. I'm really, really tired right now, but I still have to work, or I have to wake up early for another setup at the Krabi Center. And well, by the way, it's Kong Hei Fat Choi. For all Chinese people, it's a Chinese New Year, so it's the year of the snake, and it's called the yellow snake. So hopefully, and I'm pretty sure it'll be gracious to have filled up with prosperity. Just one more thing, I wish that people in this world will not be too greedy. I was always saying that. Let's help each other, and be concerned with other people as well. I hope the world be more helpful instead of being selfish. So I don't know why you have to be greedy with something else. That's my thing. Well, thank you so much. This is Louie, and thanks for following me with my journal. Good night.